shall we? Brian LEBO here, and today, we got an incredible one for you. This is my favorite home flipper, and this is an absolutely incredible property. What you know about a $100,000 closet? Oh, you're about to find out. But first, we're gonna start in the kitchen like we normally do. So as we walk, we're gonna talk about the flooring. One of my absolute favorite floors. This is a large format, 24 by 48 inch porcelain tile, mimics concrete, just absolutely sensational, very, very modern. But you're gonna love this kitchen. So follow me through this way and try not to peek at what else was going on out there. Now, as we come into the kitchen, this was completely remodeled, walls were removed to create this more modern and open space. So let's first discuss the counter surface. So here we have a beautiful quartzite counter surface. Of course, you have to have your obligatory waterfall return. So of course we have that. Now, a pretty recent controversial design feature has to do with our countertops. A lot of you have been very critical about having a naked edge. So your typical slabs come in 3/4 of an inch as far as thickness, and depending on whether you do a prefab or a full miter customization, you can go anywhere from what you're about to see, 20 inches, to a normal kind of monolithic thick apron, which is about 3 inches. Here, to kind of match the European style that we have in the kitchen, we just have a native 3/4 of an inch thickness. So no apron like we're used to seeing. Very nice, very modern. So over here, we have the waterfall return, but we're gonna focus on this island right now. Same quartzite counter surface. We have refrigeration, but what I love are these cabinets. You actually cannot buy these cabinets because these are fully custom, and the owner of the home actually has his own cabinet fabricator, so everything is completely and utterly done, completely custom. So check this out. Just press, the drawer comes flying out, slam it shut, and it soft closes. Perfect execution. Much of what you're gonna see today has to do with the actual fabrication and quality. A lot of these homes look wonderful in photographs, but trust me, when Ashley and I tour these properties and we actually start articulating some things, the quality really comes shining through in a negative way, and this is quite the contrary. So, first off, let's talk about the rest of the cabinetry. If you can see, this actually is like a 12-foot high ceiling, and the cabinets go all the way to the ceiling. So it's perfect if you're, a holiday warrior where you have your dedicated Thanksgiving plates, your Christmas plates, your Hanukkah plates, whatever it is. You can leave everything up in the upper cabinets. Just grab that ladder once a year and you're good to go. So very functional, very lovely. I also love the way he does the bank of appliances. So here we have the full Miele collection. All the appliances you're about to see are all Miele. So starting with the espresso maker, then we have our built-in microwave, and of course we have our 2 double ovens, all Miele, all wonderful. Now let's talk refrigeration. Over here, we have the Miele refrigerator. So this is our refrigeration on this side. Then we have a built-in wine chiller. So beautiful, sensational, and now you can display all of your bottles, unlike me with my $10 collection. And here we have the Miele freezer. So perfect, top of the line, as good as it gets. Now let's have a little chat. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know my rule. We're well over $3 million, so that means we have to have 2 dishwashers. So rather than me tell you about the dishwashers, I actually had the owner cut in, and he did something specific for this video, so I'll let him explain.
So after I saw your last video and you talking a little bit of smack about my 11 Princeville house, we've affectionately renamed this corner of the house the Brian LEBO corner, because when we got done with the kitchen and there was only 1 dishwasher, we knew that this would not withstand the Brian LEBO video test. So we have another secondary dishwasher here, obviously Miele appliance. And then what we did is we took the upper cabinet and we made this into a small appliance cabinet. So you would have your air fryer, your mixer, your blender, everything on a rollout with all of the electricity right in there. Brian LEBO video strikes again.
All right, now that we heard from Jason, let's continue with the tour. So yes, we have our 2 dishwashers, we have our pullouts, that is wonderful. Now over here on this island, so we actually have 2 islands, which you see more and more. Here, this is on a staggered approach, which is really, really gorgeous. But here we have the Miele grill top. You rarely actually see these grill tops. And then what's really neat is over here, we have the Miele ventilation that's self-deploying. Not the most functional, but aesthetically, it's the most pleasing since we have no obstruction for all of our views. And this is actually a gorgeous, gorgeous bespoke ventilation. So as we come over here, we have our Blanco undermount sink, more of that beautiful quartzite. We have an accent wall made out of 3D tile, just sensational. I don't know, this is just a beautiful, beautiful minimalist kitchen that I love. We talked about the backsplash, the 3D minimal tile. Ashley's off today. Usually she's on and she's catching me, but we caught her this time. All right, coming down this direction, love, love, love. So kind of bringing back the louvered from the 70s, but with a modern flair. Again, his design is absolutely sensational, but not only is it beautiful, it's also functional. And did I mention the $100,000 closet? Okay, that's coming up. All right. Over here, we have a beautiful, beautiful media wall. So we have a larger format 3D tile that insets the 85-inch display. I love that he leaves room for either a center channel speaker or for a sound bar, and then you can easily hide it. Underneath it, we have the Modern Flame 72-inch linear electric fireplace. Now, real quick, we're gonna talk about home theaters. Typically, a lot of homes, you're gonna have a dedicated home theater. Now, the owner of this property, he's like, look, I've had 5 homes with home theaters and I never used it. More and more, the entertainment systems have become so good that you don't necessarily need a dedicated theater room, but this entire home has been wired for a control system. So this is actually pre-wired to be an actual theater setup, as well as the formal living room, which we're gonna see later. If you're willing to pay list price for the house, that will now include a $300,000 state-of-the-art dual home theater system thrown in. Kind of thrown in, you're still paying list price, but the value is there. So coming down here, more of the media wall, very, very lovely. And even here, we have this gorgeous custom fabricated veneer for the cabinetry. And even this is kind of neat. This pops open and this will house all of your home theater equipment once you pay list price for the property, of course. Even over here, you know, this was more 90s. It kind of really didn't make sense back then, but ironically, this held up and stood the test of time. All these 90-degree angles perfectly shape this more modern motif of a home. And all of these windows are actually tinted. So from the golf course, from the backyard, all you see is just a black panel of glass. So really, really lovely. Of course, we have ingress, egress to the pool. And then over here, we have a really nice breakfast nook with more of this kind of curtain wall of glass. So this pretty much fulfills the kitchen area. So let's mosey along and see a little bit more of the property. Over here, even the pantry is just gorgeous. So we have the floating shelves set up, just a lovely, lovely pantry. But first, let's check out this powder bathroom, because this powder bathroom is really gorgeous. So coming in here, we have, I mean, you can't miss. This was actually called Sequoia marble. And I mean, this is just really, really rich. This very much reminds me of a Tom Ford-esque kind of powder bathroom. These wall sconces actually provide so much light that it actually looked terrible on video. So these lights are off, but I promise you, well, here, that's bright. Now it's nice. So the wall sconces provide plenty of light, and I love this black mirror over the vanity. It actually works, but it really is moody and very, very elegant, very beautiful. All right, let's step down here a little bit farther, and we're gonna check out this bar area. We're gonna check out a wellness room as well. So first, we'll talk about this door right here. This door leads to the garage. It's a garage. There's not a lot of excitement other than the fact that we have epoxy floor, and they raised the garage doors to 10 feet. So if you do have a Sprinter van, you can actually pull it right into the garage. Really neat feature. And for the typical buyer of this home, that might be something that's very, very important. Now, first, we're gonna dip in here real quick. This is the laundry room. Not much to see, but we have the custom cabinetry here. It's a high gloss white lacquer. We have the same quartzite counter surface that we had in the kitchen. Very, very nice. Now, technically, this is an ensuite bathroom, but this is set up more to be a wellness room. But check this out. Look at this bespoke closet. I mean, for a regular secondary bedroom closet, this is absolutely gorgeous. So we have a high gloss lacquer veneer finish, And again, just absolutely perfect fabrication to go with the grade 5 drywall. I mean, no trim, just absolutely seamless. And then in here we have our ensuite bathroom. So very nice. We have like kind of a sandstone surround in the shower, a nice little modest vanity, just perfect for, like I said, a little wellness room, massage, everything you need. But this right here is something really kind of cool. When I first walked by it, not knowing what was in there, I was wondering if this was some type of modern art that I wasn't aware of, but it turns out it's the most functional. Press on it, pop out, and inside we have a hidden linen closet. Again, it's just the level of detail and monetary expense that went into the details in this home are extraordinary. And we're gonna see a million more of these little things along with some pretty mind-blowing ones. Now, here we have the wet bar area. And again, this house is designed almost tailor-made for my personal taste. I prefer things more muted with the accents speaking for itself. So here we have a gorgeous quartz matte finish counter surface that really mimics like native concrete, very monolithic. You can see that we have a much larger apron. By the way, the powder bathroom, we measured that apron in the powder bathroom was actually 20 inches, beautiful fabrication. Coming in here more, we have the same cabinetry that we saw from the media cabinet in the family room, along with the floating shelves. And of course we have smoke glass behind us. Just a great, wonderful wet bar and very, very subtle. All right, now let's get to the meat and bones of the property. And this is the main area that you first see when you enter the property. So clearly we have a designated space here for the dining room. And we have this gorgeous chandelier that we actually, ironically, just saw yesterday at Blue Heron's new custom property. Now, elephant in the room, we can't miss. We have this massive 20-foot slider, very expensive to reinforce with a steel beam, but this truly makes the indoor-outdoor living experience what we expect from modern architecture. Coming over here in this direction, so this family room, well, actually technically a living room, above us we have 25-foot high ceilings. They're just enormous, voluminous, should we say? But here we have another media wall, so we have another 72-inch linear electric fireplace, room for the center channel speaker / soundbar, and another 85-inch display. But this is also wired as well. So if you prefer to have this be the theater, then this can be created into a theater format as well. All right, now, before we get to the primary suite, which is gonna just completely blow you away, we're gonna check out this office setup and see what we got going on. Well, first we'll pan over this direction, sorry. Here we have the 10-foot pivot door that we entered through in the beginning of the video, and this is our entryway. A lot of the windows are tinted for privacy purposes, so it's not nearly as bad as you're thinking. And this is a private guard-gated community, so it's not likely you're gonna have people just walking by. Now, this is a beautiful space, and my favorite part is over here to the left. This is currently set up to be an office. We do have a closet, but this is a wonderful, wonderful office. But I love this. Again, the level of detail just in the drywall is just on a superior level. But what a beautiful radius we have right here. Just a sensational executive office. And I always love having an office in the front of the home as well. Now, one thing that we're going to discuss, and actually, you know what? Let's back up right here real quick. Talking about details, something that you would never, ever in a million years pay attention to, probably not even care about, but that's why this is so impressive. Typical door, right? What's neat, grade 5 drywall, we have no trim. That alone is wonderful. But we do have the exposed door hinges. There's nothing wrong with door hinges, nothing wrong. On the inside, you can see the door hinges, you can see the hinge on the outside, but now check out this hallway closet. Keep in mind, just to make a simple change like this, basically doubles the price of the door alone. So here we have a typical hallway door, whatever. But look on the outside, there's absolutely no hinges whatsoever because the hinges are all internal. So right here on the inside, you can see the hinge going into the solid core door, which again, by the way, all the doors in this house are solid core. You really don't know until you articulate, and then when you manipulate, you realize the weight. But hold on one second, stay right there, because we forgot to close this, and you need this reveal. All right, guys, check this one out. Behind us is the primary suite. And this is a 400-pound pivot door that you can actually articulate quite easily due to the hinges. But what's even neater is this is also in a biometric system. So if you prefer to keep this closed for parties, soirees, or just normal living, you can access it through a fingerprint. Now get ready, because you're about to see some of the greatest closets that you will ever find. So as we enter into the primary suite, over here to the left is his closet. Here, I've not really seen this done to this level. Everything is segregated in the most beautiful way. So let's step in. This is his closet. As you can see, the Tom Ford book on the coffee table, this was modeled after the Tom Ford store in Miami. That was the inspiration behind it. And guys, I don't know what more you could possibly ask for. Absolutely sensational. So over here on the right, we have a sofa. So as you put your shoes on, you can actually have a cocktail, make your old fashioned, and there's an 85-inch television across from it. I mean, talk about excess, but you're paying this kind of money, you want some neat party tricks. So just an absolutely sensational black lacquered closet system array, just absolutely bespoke. Again, you can see the 85-inch display, absolutely beautiful. So because this is his closet, it only makes sense for him to have his own bathroom. Now we're used to seeing his and her water closets, but when have you seen his own specific dedicated bathroom? So as we step in here, we have his bathroom. So we have a little area for linens. We have this beautiful sandstone counter surface. And then even this shower is lovely. It's perfectly fine for a primary suite. And this is the secondary primary. And we even have steam controller for a steam function. So look, if you can't bear to shower in the same bathroom together, I don't know what that's saying about your marriage, but nonetheless, you have that option. Now, this is sensational. So now, while that was modeled after the Tom Ford store in Miami, here we have the Coco Chanel closet. So here we have quite the opposite contrast. So here is really bright and bold. We have the white lacquer cabinetry throughout, and this even has room to house 100 pairs of shoes. So this closet almost covers my needs. But again, his and her closets that are on this level, incredible. Now, let's come into her bathroom, which really can easily be cohabitated. So when we come over to this area, we have a dedicated water closet. So I guess that would be her toilet. Obviously, we have our makeup vanity. But there's one thing that I wanted to discuss because this was wonderful. If you know anything about countertops and fabrication, you know, obviously you purchase at this level by a slab, but even slabs are only so long. So occasionally, depending on the length of what you're trying to accomplish, you're going to have cuts. And the goal is obviously to make sure that those cuts are not really visible. The better the fabrication, the less visible they are. Here, they took it to another level. So in between the cuts, they inlaid with this marble, and it just looks so real. I love the idea, and everything ties together so well. So over here, we have a double vanity. Of course, we have the obligatory LED mirror, but check this out. If you guys haven't seen this before, this is the coolest party trick. So over here, we have our beautiful matte, kind of egg-shaped tub, very similar to the one that we've seen that Blue Heron uses, which by the way costs $15,000 for a bathtub. But the coolest part about this is you're looking, where the hell is the faucet? Where's the water coming from, right? Well, if you look up, check this out. If you've never seen this before, this is awesome. That's right. The water comes from the ceiling. I'm just a sucker for these little neat things. Absolutely love that. The first time I saw that about 20 years ago, I about lost my mind. I thought it was so cool. Now, when we come into the shower, this shower is the size of almost a room, basically a closet. But we have a dual Kohler digital valve system that controls everything. We have this gorgeous marble surround that fully encases the corner. And then check out this shower. I mean, this is just spa-esque. Absolutely love it. So we have a linear shower drain here. We have a gorgeous, gorgeous porcelain large format tile. And then we have dual shower heads, and we have dual rainfall shower heads, each one controlled individually by that digital controller. But what's really neat, Ashley, if you back up over here, we can see it a little bit. Kind of neat. I mean, hey, maybe the beautiful people really want to see themselves very often. But we even have a window that goes right directly into the primary bedroom sleeping quarters. So, you know, hey, sometimes you want to catch a little sneak peek, right? All right, now let's see the sleeping quarters because there's more interesting things coming on over here. So as we enter into the bedroom sleeping area, there's a few things we definitely want to discuss. So first off, let's discuss what normally I would call a media wall. So obviously we have this gorgeous marble that we saw around the edge of the shower. We have our fireplace, but what's missing here, guys? Clearly, there isn't even an electrical outlet. There's nothing. So my initial thought was, I absolutely hate when the television is not directly across from the bed. Wow, what a perfect house, but that doesn't work for me. Now, let's come over here and check this out. This is called the morning kitchen. We have a seating area, so really this is more designed to be the retreat. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is the TCL micro LED. This is a 98-inch display that hovers over the morning kitchen. So we have refrigeration, we have the espresso maker, and just like we saw in her bathroom, all the inlays with marble on both sides are just wonderful. Now, when I walked this with the owner, I said, look, the house is literally 100% perfect, except for the fact that I can't stand that there's no television across from the bed. And if I had to lean my head over this direction to see the TV, I'd just end it right there. Like, there's just no way, I can't do that. And without hesitation, he said, Brian, I'm with you, but I did this deliberately. And the reason is I read a whole study on sleep. And it turns out that people that watch television before going to bed actually get reduced levels of sleep. So I stopped putting the television in my room and I started getting much better sleep. So I designed this with that exact thought in mind. If you want to watch TV before bed, you can sit right in front of the 98-inch television, enjoy it, and the bed should be just for sleeping and fornication. So that got shot down incredibly quick, and it wasn't just some canned response. That was actually part of the design of this property. You got to respect it, and maybe I need to reconsider my sleeping options. All right, guys, we have seen the entire primary suite. Let's see a couple more secondary bedrooms and kind of get this one going. So one thing that we're going to discuss in this house in general, like I said, there's a ton of Easter eggs. Some I've shown, some that I cannot show. But as we go through this 400-pound massive pivot door, one of the coolest features that I cannot show is this house does contain a safe room, but the best part of it is that you'll never find it. Literally, I would have tore this house apart and never ever had a clue where the safe room is and certainly how to access it. So if you are interested in this property, I'll be glad to show you the property and I'll be glad to show you the safe room because just like a lot of these things, it's very next level. Now here we have the last two secondary bedrooms. Again, for our linen closet, we have this beautiful bespoke custom lacquered linen closet. And then let's step into one of the bedrooms. As you'll notice, the entire house, this is a single story home and the entire floor throughout is all that large format tile, even in the bedroom. So very nice, very sanitary, no carpet. Bedroom's a bedroom. This is the front of the house. And here we have the bathroom. So in the bathroom, we have this beautiful quartzite counter surface. I love the sink though. This is really neat. So this sink is actually made out of metal and it looks kind of like a serving tray, but really, really neat. Love the design. And then here we have more of a modern shower with a single pane of glass. And then we still have, as an ode to the original home, we still have the glass brick wall. Got to keep it a little 90s, it's more 80s, right? A little more of an 80s feature. All right, we saw that one. Let's finish up in this bedroom. Again, you know, it's an ample sized bedroom, pretty standard, but it is ensuite. So coming in here, a little bit more my style, same quartzite counter surface, nice mirror, nice surround. The entire walls, all the walls are all with a custom tile array, single pane, and of course we have our glass bricks. All right, guys, we have now seen the entire inside of this property. I'll meet you out back and then we'll finish up out there. All right, guys, now let's check out this backyard. Clearly, I'm walking past that 20-foot slider that leads directly into the living room space. But let's check out this backyard now. We'll get to the pool in a moment. Now, beneath us is actually a stamped and colored concrete. So very nice, very useful. One of my favorite things about this backyard is that there's copious amounts of shade. Now you gotta remember, we're in Vegas, so in summertime, that direct sunlight is just gonna kill you. So to be able to have so many shaded areas is just so vital living out here in the desert. Now this is really cool. Right behind me is a massive, massive koi pond. I'm not necessarily a fish guy, I've got friends that are, and this is just insane because this koi pond is actually the size of a pool. In fact, by today's permitting, this is probably the biggest pool that you can actually have at 600 feet. So this is a really, really incredible koi pond that could be a pool. All right, now coming over this area, here's the pool, which we will discuss in just a moment, but now let's get another vantage of the formal living room that we just came out of. Again, even over here, we have shade, and then we're gonna come over to this area. Notice all of the windows are very, very black because they've been tinted. So during the day, you cannot even see inside the property, and we are on the golf course, so very important for privacy. Again, I love the fact that we have shade over here because this enters in from the kitchen, and of course we have our outdoor kitchen area. So when you are barbecuing, the last thing you need is 115-degree sun beating down on you, standing in front of a barbecue that's 500 degrees. So not only is this beautiful, but it's also highly, highly functional. Now let's talk about the pool. So I love the rectangular pool, very modern, actually functional to be able to do laps. It's been refinished, so this whole pool has brand new pool equipment. It's a PebbleTech surface, self-cleaning, everything you would expect from a more modern pool. Now, coming down this direction, you can clearly see our vantage point from the golf course right here on the fairway. The neat part is that we are elevated, so you don't have to worry too much about any errant balls, and more important, from a privacy standpoint, anyone on the course is looking up at you, so they can't even see into your jacuzzi, see into your pool, etc. But obviously, we do have the jacuzzi that spills into the pool. Guys, this is a wonderful, serene backyard. I absolutely love it. Now, I always read your comments, and I am dying to hear what you guys think about that primary suite. To me, that is potentially the best primary suite that we've seen. And come on, those closets costing, I think the Tom Ford one alone cost $53,000. It was about $100,000 combined just for the closets. So let that sink in. Well, guys, this concludes the entire show. A special thanks to Jason Abrams for doing such an incredible job creating this home and allowing me to film this masterpiece. Please click to subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.